I just learned something amazing today. So, I just made a video, right? Titled, titled like No Hope or something like that. Basically, in the video, I was saying how I've lost hope in others and myself. And the fact that I could say that to like the public is kind of crazy because it's basically saying like I don't trust in God, in God's power anymore. Like there's no hope for humans. That's basically what I was saying. But I was wrong, and I'm glad I can say that I was wrong because today, like I spoke with God, and it was like I was wrestling with myself, bro. And the reason it felt like that was because, well, so basically, right, today I had to face again the reality of my life, and I was really bummed out, and I was very angry. I was very sad, angry, hopeless, because there's nothing I can do. So the only thing I could think of to do is to surrender, just to get on my knees and start praying. And I started talking with God. I was telling him all my problems. I was saying, I was just saying there's nothing I can do. I was crying out for help. I was saying, just make things better, lead, show me the right this, show me the right this, show me the right friends. Whatever I have to go through to obtain what I need to obtain to have a more comfortable life. Or, okay, let me not say comfortable, maybe say easier life, or to fulfill all the things I want to fulfill. To realize my dreams, to help the people I want to help, especially in my family. It's my main goal. I just want my life to be beautiful so I can help make my family's lives beautiful and other people as well in the world. I even ask God to help me to love people like He's loved us. That's why I speak about God, and for the first time, I could feel God responding to me, and I knew it was God because it was like someone was talking to me while I was thinking something else. And not only that, but the words I was thinking in my head, I could feel someone speaking to me, right? I could feel the words inside, I could feel the words. I don't know how to say, explain it other than that, it's like, I could just feel it all over my body. But my thoughts are up here. But those words that were being spoken to me, it was like, I felt it everywhere in my body, as if someone spoke inside of me and the words are bouncing around in my body like echoes. So I was listening, I literally sat in silence, listening to the thought. Not the thought, but it was like someone speaking in my head. I was listening to this person speak in my head, or in my body. And the thoughts in my head were, why does it feel like this? Is this God talking? I should listen. I should respond as well. And bro, it was just amazing. I was told the obvious because I have been thinking these things, like I need to read my Bible more. I literally said in the last video, I need to read my Bible more, but I'm kind of just, my body doesn't want to. I don't want to read the Bible, literally. I have to admit, I don't want to do it. I don't know if it's laziness or anything, but I spoke about it with God, obviously, and immediately it was brought to my attention, my Bible, putting my trust in Him, going all in with God. And because when I was praying, when I was talking to God, I did say that. I was like, oh, I want to go all in. because I feel like if I don't, then I'm distrusting you. I was basically saying that I don't want balance, that I want all in with Christ. I don't want to have some part of Christ and then some part of it is me, going to the gym to have a peace of mind, and then some of this reading to equip myself with knowledge. I want just all in with Christ. I just want just Jesus, literally. So as God was speaking to me and showing me what I needed to know, I seen in my last video that I mentioned somebody that I said I appreciated and stuff, and that person sent me a Bible plan. And that same Bible plan, I read it. I literally read the Bible plan after I prayed, because God told me to read the Bible. And then I literally just opened my Bible like this, and just started reading a random page, and I was just like, bro, this isn't working. So opened the Bible plan my friend sent me, and lo and behold, literally the first line was exactly what I needed to hear. If I can recall it, I just don't want to stop the video because I've got no storage. Okay, let me just do it off the top of my head for now. What I read first was, actually, no, let me check. Alright, I've scripted now. Literally just after I finished reading, I just started talking, so now I've got like a rough script, whatever. So what I read was, and this was like a Bible plan, devotion, daily devotion thing, and it's 7 days. I can leave the link in the description as well for the Bible plan I was reading. It read, when God doesn't have our attention, he'll often disturb what does. Immediately clicked straight away, because God is still in my mind, obviously. I still think about God, but it's kind of very when I start my day, when I finish my day, that's it. Literally, that's it. And then sometimes throughout the day when I need protection, or I feel like, oh, God help me, what am I going to do now? And then God will still help me, obviously. God will never leave his children, or abandon his children, or turn away from his children. And God will always hear you out no matter what. Yeah, say amen to that as well. Say amen to that. But I just realized literally everything that concerned me, it had my full attention, bro. I was thinking about it constantly, just hoping to God that things would be alright. But I was still thinking, what can I do? Instead of just kind of letting go, even though I've told people to let go, but me, myself, I haven't let go of what it concerns me. And the next thing I read was, our souls are being refined towards perfection, but our bodies and action wants to drag us into death. Literally, that also resonated with me, because I feel like I'm dying, bro. I actually feel like a ghost. I actually feel like a ghost, because I feel empty. I just feel like dying, bro. Literally, I just feel like dying. But it also feels like my body's just craving sin. It wants to give in. Literally, in my other video, I was talking about it. I feel like I've lost hope. I need to give in. Bro, my body just wants to give in so bad. And when I was praying, right, when I was talking to God, God literally told me, don't give in. Because I said to God, I'm doing all these things, and I just hope that it's worth it. And God told me that I shouldn't give in, that, this is my flesh speaking. I need to read my Bible more. The answers are in the Bible. God literally told me the answers are right there. And I looked over towards my Bible. It was No, my Bible's even in front of me. He said, look, it's right in front of you. The answer's right in front of you. I remember. Like, you need to, if you feel like you're dying, if you feel like your body if you're craving sin, literally find the answer in the Bible. Talk to someone and ask them for help. And this is something I never thought I was gonna admit, but you actually do need people. You need help. Like, you need to surround yourself with not just anybody, but with godly people. And people that care about you, people that want to help you. Another verse, then there were Bible verses after the devotion. Let me get my Bible for this. So, the first verse was James chapter 1, verse 6 to 8. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. This also resonated with me because I've been asking God for help with all these things that concerns me, but it's kind of like, I'm not sure. This seems impossible, but I'll ask anyway. Or like, I'm not sure how am I gonna actually do this, or like, all I know is that whenever I finish praying for help with these things, I'll leave with a sense of doubt. The only time I've ever that I actually felt like I trusted God was that time when I think I also said this in another video, when I think it was you can trust the man that died for you. I think that's the video I made. Like, literally, like, I had no worries at all. Like, I asked God for help. There was no hope. Everything could have been ended, but I just stayed calm and like just trusted God. Whatever came into my head first, I just assumed that it was from God and I should do it. In fact, I kind of like prayed a little bit. Actually, let me not lie. I don't think I prayed after the idea came into my head, but because I was so relaxed and because I had so much faith, it was kind of like a anything can happen type of feeling. So I'll just hope that God will let the best outcome happen, and the best outcome did happen. So literally, you need to talk to God with confidence. Talk to God and try not to structure. This is what my friend told me as well. She told me to not like talk to God as if like I'm talking to a medieval, like talking like we're in the 1900s, you know what I'm saying? Like, talk to God like how you want to talk to him. Even like, this may seem like a shock, because it was a shock to me that I did this as well, because it's very informal, but when I was done praying today, I literally said, I'll speak to you later, God. Like, see you later, I'll speak to you later. I could feel like, I don't know, that felt so different. It didn't feel like, like, oh, God came down and grabbed me by the head or something. Like, it just felt different from any other time I've prayed. And my friend told me to pray like this as well. She told me to pray as if you're talking to God, like just trying to have that structure, or else it will take away that personal relationship type of vibe. Sorry, like Amber. And I felt it today. I still said amen after I said I'll speak to you later, because that's what I'm used to for like all 19 years of my life, bro. Or 20. 19, 20? 20. Let me just say 20. Bro, I bet at my age. Whatever. But yeah. Just speak to God like normal, and like speak as if you're speaking to a friend. Even if you have doubts, tell God you're having doubt, and God will reassure you. God will literally tell you it's fine. But I promise you. And then the last verse that was in the Bible plan, Matthew 6:24. No one can save No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other. I literally, same thing again, about the having your full attention on God. I literally said in the other video, I'm tired of church. When your flesh craves to sin, it's as if you're fighting one battle. Let's say you're not praying about this fleshly desire you have, and you're kind of just combating it using different things like gym, maybe semen retention, or like all these other conventional methods. And then you kind of shove God to the side, like, okay, let me use this as a last resort. You need to, I think God told me as well that the spiritual matters more, that I have to just put my all into that spiritual side, serve one master only, because I have all these desires in me. I want to be the biggest, I want to be the richest, I want to be that's pretty much it. I want to have all the attention on me and things like that. Like, I have all these desires, but the desire I also have, but it's very small, is the desire for Christ. And, God just brought it to my attention that I need it. I need that to overtake all my other desires. God will, oh my God, I literally just remembered now what I read in the devotion as well. God will stop these things as a mercy. Like, when I first read that, God will, what is it? That when God doesn't have our attention, when he doesn't have our attention, he'll often disturb what has our attention. That's a mercy. God is showing us mercy by doing that, because if he allows these things that are taking our attention to pass, like let's say you obtain that physique that you want, or that money that you need, it's just going to be empty because you did it without God. Or it'll feel like God wasn't even brought along the way, so like, what's the point? It'll just be empty. So God is showing us mercy by delaying these things to grab our attention, to make sure that we're, he just wants to make sure that you and him are square, you know what I'm saying? And that you're bringing him along the way, showing that you trust him, showing that you want his character development in your life and not what you think. Because we have these things we want to obtain, but I feel like we don't really fully think through it. Like, I need to learn how to be more patient. I need to learn how to be kinder to people, or be more thoughtful. We don't think about all these little things. We only think about the end goal. We only think about the physical, because we're human. That's all we can do. To be fair, that's all we can hope to do. That's all we have in our control. But I'm not really, but because God is in control. But the physical things that we can see is what we feel like we can control. But it's a lot more complicated than that, and God knows that, but we don't know that. So sometimes God just wants us to like obtain these things in the best way, because you see sometimes all these celebrities that are famous, that they just end up doing something ridiculously disgusting and criminal, like that guy Pete. Yeah, I don't know if I should say his name. Yeah, I'm not promoting all these guys, but yeah, that's pretty much all. I'm just very grateful to God for this encounter, and I'm grateful to God that he heard me. He heard my prayer, even today in church, when I felt my lowest, when I felt like I don't want to be there. In fact, I even left the church at the end of, well, towards the end of the service. The service didn't even finish. I thought it did, and then I saw that there was more, and I was just tired. I actually was fed up, so I just left. I sat in the car and I prayed. I just closed my eyes and prayed a bit. I just prayed, God. Oh yeah, because in the preaching as well, the only line that I took away was, your body has to believe it. And when I heard that, that's when I realized, yo, my body does not, like, I actually don't care about church anymore. Like I only care about myself. Like, and I felt that in my body. And I think that's why my body didn't feel the desire to pray or read the Bible. Like, I've just been trying to avoid all that. I don't know. I feel like I've become too prideful, maybe. But after I had that, I prayed, God, I want you to help my body to believe that you're the one true God. I believe in my mind. It's just that my flesh, it just feels like it's like, it feels like I'm fighting myself, bro. It feels like there's two people inside of me trying to fight for the main control of the mainframe, you know what I'm saying? And then I also prayed for an encounter with Jesus. I prayed for an encounter, and I think I've just had my encounter, because I literally spoke to God. And the thing is, yeah, like I've always known that you can pray, but then I'd say before I went to America, I realized that, you know, a communication goes both ways. It's not just you talking to God, it's God talking to you as well. So I was thinking, wow, so I have to actually hear God respond. So since when I heard that, and this was like 2 months ago probably, like I've been trying to listen to God, listen out for God, but you know, I just didn't hear anything until today. Today I heard something. Today I encountered Christ, and I pray that you guys encounter Christ too. I'm gonna cut it short here before I run out of storage again, but pump iron and stay blessed.